Welcome to Sugar Coated Murder Podcast, a brilliant true crime podcast hosted by two zany sisters, all while baking up delicious treats in their kitchen. Here are your podcast hosts, Karen Devaney and Ann Varner.
No cussing in the first 10 minutes.
We're giving ourselves a pep talk and just saying no cussing in the first 10 minutes. So let's just hope that we can make it through, or at least one of us.
Exactly.
So if you do cuss, make it a long word so that I can bleep it easier.
Most of mine are 4 letters.
No, I'm saying draw it out, like put some Southern drawl to it, put some syllables behind it.
I don't think it's the one that needs to be reminded. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I'm just saying, whilst editing my own cuss words, I know I need to draw them out so it's easier to bleep.
I understand.
So I'm asking you to do the same if you decide to curse, but
Okay.
just don't.
All right. Well, hey everyone.
Guys, hi.
Welcome
It's
to
us
the Sugar
again.
Coated Murder Podcast.
Yes. I'm Karen Devaney.
I'm Ann Varner.
We're sisters and it's her birthday.
Oh, goodness.
So this is what I have for her. Are you ready? Oh, let's do a little birthday shot. Ready? Ready? And down the hatch. Oh,
I dribbled.
holy.
That is delicious.
Oh, that was so good. That shot is Screwball peanut butter whiskey.
I dribbled.
And I really, really love this while you are mopping your face.
I dribbled.
The reason I'm going on and on and on about it is because we could sure use a sponsor.
Oh yeah, Screwball.
Screwball peanut butter whiskey.
Peanut butter.
Come on. Kill Tony is not the only game in town. Wake up. We're number 10. So we're number 10.
Yeah, would you like me to put your equipment somewhere?
I can put my ukulele down here, but the book I couldn't really pop it.
Okay.
Excuse me. Hello.
Night.
And that's all.
Oh my goodness, that
Yeah, I know it's in there. So anyway, we could use a sponsor, Screwball peanut butter whiskey, or Yellowstone.
Oh yeah, Yellowstone Bourbon.
Yeah,
Thank
because it's
you.
Anne's birthday. Damn, the dams are breaking. Daggone it. Oh, I might have like some kind of a cussing disease. What kind of face is that?
That was my. I don't know what we're doing about your cussing face. Actually, there's a blinking light on the computer that I see. That's
What's blinking? Oh, it's just this.
Yeah.
Just ignore that. That's the mousy.
It's only bothering me. It's not bothering you.
Y'all can't see it. I hope. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, we're here to talk about murder, but first we will need to say what we are. What 10 are we?
What
did we say? We're number 10 on what?
Oh no, Feedspot.
Feedspot came out with a bunch of different podcast lists, and we made number 10 on the top 35 comedy true crime podcast on the web.
Oh my goodness.
On the World Wide Web. That's what I'm saying.
World Wide Web.
It's the world, it's the wide, and it's the web.
That's the www.
That's right. I don't know how to do W and
That's it.
www.
Oh, that's a game sign.
Oh, no, that's not W.
Don't, it's the way you threw it. Don't throw it.
I didn't mean that. Whatever I just said, I didn't mean it.
It's just there.
We're
not throwing signs.
I didn't mean
W.
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 www.
There you
Is that
go.
better, like little bunny food?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So we talk about true crime and baking.
I know. I can't wait to hear.
I'll talk about what I've been baking.
Okay, that'll be great.
Because
Why
Oh my
not?
gourd. It's
Yeah.
freaking amazing. I'm
Did you
waiting.
ever turn on that ceiling fan? Okay, it's fine.
Well, it's because you're drinking the liquor.
I know, and you know it gets me all heated up.
You're getting all heated.
You should have knocked that AC down to 40.
I don't have my AC on. It's
That's
South
the
Carolina.
problem.
You got your AC on right
Yeah, it's running
now?
72 in the house.
Oh my Lanta.
What is it in here?
I don't know, but
It's 74.
no, things have shut down. I had my heat running all week last night. I got to
All week
conserve.
last night.
All week last week.
Oh, last night was a long
Lord.
night for you.
Oh, Lord. Well, I'm baking with bourbon.
Well, that could be the
That might be
reason.
part of the reason. I don't know. So I found this recipe, Sweet Southern Living. Sometimes they throw out a really nice recipe that I fall in love
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
These are baby bourbon chocolate Bombays.
A Bombay.
A Bombay. I think it's a Bombay. Bombe. Bombe.
Could it just be a bomb?
Why? Why would you put the E on the end?
No, because they put it on the end of a la carte. They don't say carte.
I'm calling that a Bombay. It can be a bomb, but I'm calling it a damn.
I think it's the
Bombay.
whiskey talking. It's the whiskey talking. Everybody be
Good
fine.
Lord.
Everybody be fine. We're good.
Well, basically, you make these darling little tiny cakes.
Oh, how do you do that?
They made theirs in a muffin tin.
Oh,
I found little baby Bundt
No, you
pans.
didn't.
I did.
little baby Bundt
I
pans
did. I
running
found little
through
baby
the
Bundt pans.
kitchen.
And that's what I made mine in.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So
I
mine will
can't wait
be
to see
bigger.
these.
Mine will be bigger than the muffin ones.
Yeah.
Because I only made 6 and the muffin ones
Oh my
made
God.
12.
Well, they smell delicious. It smells like warm chocolate with a kick of bourbon.
Yeah, so there's bourbon in the cake, but let me tell you something. Once they come out and cool down, there's a bourbon ganache that goes on top and coats those little baby
You better
Bombays.
stop it right now.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. Yes, there's this delightful bourbon ganache.
Get out of here right this minute.
I'll leave.
No, I don't want you to leave.
Anyway, so we're waiting for those to finish cooking up,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna eat the heck out of them.
I love it.
The best baby bourbon Bombay birthday things ever.
Just before anybody gets their whole britches in a tangle, please know that Ann is not making these for her birthday. I am in charge of making her birthday cake. Our celebration is tomorrow, and I'm in charge of the cake. So please don't write to us and say, why your sister got to make her own birthday treats.
They might be a backup, just in case. Like it's just in case. You don't know.
Just in case.
I don't know. Something could go wrong in your kitchen. You don't know.
I'm gonna curse you. I'm gonna put a curse on you. I'm gonna put a spell on you.
Oh, don't make me call Rihanna.
I will call her
I'll
first.
call Riri first.
No, and she's gonna put a Barbados curse on you.
So she won't.
Yes, she will.
Who's been sitting in on ASAP Rocky's trial every damn day?
What did you just say?
Bombay. Every Bombay.
Rhymes with Bombay.
I've been watching it every day.
Okay,
Have
I'm glad
you?
I have not.
I've been there supporting the
No,
Rocky.
I have
So-
not. But I'm just saying, I'll put a spell on you if I don't know
think
what
your
it
cake
is.
is going to turn out delightful.
I'm using our recipe.
How could it go wrong?
How could it go wrong? You are jinxing me. That's what you're doing.
No,
That's what she's doing. Look at what she's doing, guys.
No.
I got it right here on
You just need to
camera.
Get in the kitchen and focus. That's all you need
No,
to do.
that's the biggest
Get
thing.
your people to leave you alone.
That's the
for
biggest-
like an hour.
Yeah, just leave me be.
so you don't have everybody like, rah, rah,
Don't
do this,
speak
do
to
this.
me.
Where's
Yeah.
this? Where's that? Did
Yeah.
you do that?
Yeah, no, I don't. That's what throws me all off.
Yeah, everybody just needs to leave you be.
Yeah,
Put your music
part the
on.
sea and let me be.
Yeah,
I agree.
let her cook her cake.
Man, I
do
think
the
I just
thing.
wrote a song. Part the sea, let me be. I agree. There's a song in there.
Oh, wow. Wow. Songwriters too.
Yeah, look at us.
Podcasters,
We do it
bakers,
all.
song-
Mhm,
whatever.
mhm.
So anyway, that's what I've got going on in the kitchen.
Well, guess what I've got going on? I got a murder. I almost hit myself in the eye. Thank goodness I had on glasses.
Hilarious.
Okay, guys, here we go. Here it goes. So I'm going to talk about Catherine Davis Skeen,
Okay.
Skeen. She went by Katie. She was born in 1991 in South Carolina. She's the daughter of John and Betty Davis.
Oh,
She got Betty Davis.
That's so fun.
She grew up in the Green Sea area of Horry County, South Carolina. Horry County, not Horry like it's spelled. She has 3 brothers, Corey, Nicholas, and Carrie. Corey and Carrie.
Oh.
And they're not twins.
Oh.
So it just makes me wonder what's going on in that household. How do you get that straight every time?
Every single
I'd be like, Corey, Carrie.
Yeah. That's a really great double name.
Yeah,
Corey
I know.
Carey.
Corey,
Yeah.
Carrie. Or Carrie, Corey.
Carey Corey.
Yeah.
I like Corey Carey better.
Me too. So anywho, Katie is married for 16 years to her husband, Tracy Skeen. Okay.
She was born in 1991 and she's been married for 16 years.
Well, right now she's 36
this is
in this
happening
time frame.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So she was born in 1981.
81. That makes more sense to me.
All right.
That makes more sense.
1981 in South Carolina. I just feel like she's trying to trick me. Anyway, here we go. Let me get through this.
In
Okay.
Horry County.
In Horry County. She is married to Tracy Skeen, who is her husband of 16 years.
Okay, I got it now.
They have 2 sons, Noah and River.
Oh,
I love those names. And she happens to be the branch manager of Crestcom Bank in Conway, South Carolina.
Oh yeah,
And in
Crestcom's gone. Is it gone now?
I don't know if it's gone. I think there's still some
I
around.
think so.
Mm-hmm. In 2017, she was 36 years old.
Okay.
Okay. I'm also going to talk to you about Donna Lynn Major.
Okay.
And she was born in 1958 in New Jersey. She's the daughter of Carolyn Ann Harrison and Don DeVust. And she's got a lot of siblings. She's got a sister named Ginger, a half sister named Wendy, and 2 half brothers named Harry and Wyatt.
Wow.
Yeah, like she got a lot. There's a lot of people.
That's
She's got a lot in her tribe.
Yeah.
She is the mother to Doug, Heather, and Katie.
Okay.
And she is also a devoted grandmother of 3.
Wow.
I know she's got a lot going on in her life.
It does.
She is the wife of Dan Major.
Okay.
And she's an avid quilter.
Oh,
She finds the time to quilt. Now, you know, she made every one of those babies a quilt. Me too.
Quilts.
I know. I love a homemade quilt. I
Me
love
too.
it. And I don't have the room for it to even learn how to quilt.
No, gosh, no.
No, I couldn't do it. I
No,
don't
and
have
I
rent
can't cut
space.
anything in a straight line.
You cannot.
I can't.
That is true. Even when you have guides or even a line,
No.
it doesn't happen for you.
No, it doesn't make any sense to me.
So in 2017, Donna Major is 59 years old.
Okay.
And she is employed at the Crestcom Bank in Conway, South Carolina as a teller.
Okay.
Yeah. So August 21st, 2017, Katie and Donna kissed their families goodbye in the morning, as usual, headed to work like any other Monday morning. Just going to work, doing your jobs, coming off a weekend with family and fun. And that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, these 2 law-abiding ladies were on a collision course with a monster.
Oh,
And they
God.
didn't know.
They didn't.
They didn't know. No, because if they knew, they would have stayed home with their family. So this monster, and I will only name him once, was Brandon Council of Wilson, North Carolina. 31 years in 31 years old in 2017.
Okay.
Okay. From now on, we're not saying his name because I don't like him. So according to him, he wanted some money. The way he put it was he was desperate for money and knew he was going to hurt someone that day
Oh,
because of his desperation for money.
okay.
Like, I think there's other ways to solve it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not anybody else's problem but your own.
So he had already robbed the BB&T Bank in Wilson, North Carolina on August 11th.
Oh.
6 days prior to the event.
Mm.
At the time of the Wilson robbery, he had just come off parole 11 days earlier for a conviction of larceny of $1,000 or over and being a habitual felon.
So
He's now on parole.
not getting a lot of rehabilitation.
Doesn't seem
in
like the
prison
rehab
system.
has taken hold for him.
Understood.
Not at this time.
And he was paroled. The parole.
He had been paroled for
said you're good
for the grand larceny and the habitual felon. They
Right.
paroled him for
Okay.
a habitual felon.
Right.
He's listed as a habitual felon.
Right.
They paroled him. They
You're
said,
good.
we know you're a habitual felon
and you're good.
and you're good to go. See you later. But,
okay.
So goodbye, habitual felon. Have
I'm
fun
sure
on the
you're
outside.
Great.
Enjoy your freedom and do great things.
Great things.
Yeah. So August 15th, there is hotel surveillance that show him rolling up on a Conway hotel and going into a room with luggage.
Huh.
And when his lady friend dropped him off, she witnessed this inmate remove the battery from his phone and stomp on it to destroy it.
Oh, not suspicious behavior at all.
She left.
Yeah.
She said, I left him there.
I don't blame
I'd
you.
have been like, oh, doesn't look like you got much to lose anymore. So I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. So 6 days later, he left this hotel in Conway. And at 1:10 p.m. in the afternoon, broad daylight, afternoon, just an afternoon. It's a Monday afternoon. He arrived at the Crestcom Bank a whole 3 minutes later, 1:13 p.m.
Oh, wow.
So
Super close by.
isn't that convenient?
Super.
That you're like in this hotel and this bank is there and just 3-minute drive. Yeah, it's really convenient. So bank footage shows him walking into the bank and going up to Donna Major's teller window
Mm-hmm.
and having an exchange, a brief conversation with her. And when they stopped talking, he just casually took out her gun and shot her several times in the face.
Took out his gun?
He took out his gun. Did I say her gun?
Yes.
That's confusing.
Yeah.
It's actually his gun.
It's his
I
gun.
don't feel that Donna had a gun on her. She would not have. She didn't. I'm
Oh.
pretty sure she didn't.
Probably not likely.
Not likely. Anyway,
And he just shot her?
he just took out the gun and shot her in the face several times.
He just shot her in the face?
He just shot her. He didn't ask her a question. He just shot her. Yeah. 58 years old. Is that how old I said she was?
8 or 9. I
No,
don't know.
I'm not. 59. 59 years old. How do you look a 59-year-old? I'm 59. I'm 59. How do you look a 59-year-old woman in the face and shoot her? Like, what are you doing?
I don't know.
So then he proceeds to jump over the counter, okay, and bust through a door that was behind the counter. And there he encounters Katie Major.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Katie Skeen.
Not Katie
Skeen. No,
Major.
I got it confused because there is a Katie Major case that we're all up in, but it's not her.
Mm-mm.
It's Katie Skeen.
Yes.
And she is actually hiding under her desk. She's the bank manager.
Oh.
He barged into that office and she's hiding under her desk.
Right.
He walks around the desk, sees her hiding there, and pumps her full of bullets. Yeah, she's hiding.
Like, what is he?
She's hiding. She hadn't even seen his face at that point.
Like a lot of times when you say I'm here to rob you, they'll just give you the money. But if you go shooting off your gun, they've hit an alarm. The police are on their way, and you've not even asked for money.
Well, he cleared over $15,000 from that bank that day. 15,000.
Good scoogly moogly.
So, all right.
He is very bad.
Yes. Oh, okay. So when he killed Donna, the first one that he killed, and he jumped over the car, he didn't jump over a car.
We struggle.
I am gonna have some more.
You need to do it. Definitely.
Okay. That was a little big.
Yeah.
I might be out of practice.
I just grazed.
I don't think you did. I think you put a drop on one of the ice cubes. That was about all we got. We didn't get no ginger ale. I just needed a floater, but she gave me a drop.
Well,
Didn't I see the ginger ale close by?
Yes, would you like a little,
Could I
another
just-
little float?
Oh my God. Going. What's she trying to do to me? I get myself home. It's a struggle.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes I press the wrong button or I forget to get off the thing. Anyway, when he jumped, after he shot Donna in the face and jumped over the counter, he also relieved her of her car keys and her credit cards.
Oh.
And then when he went and shot Katie hiding under the desk, he also relieved her of her car keys and her credit cards.
Wow.
And then he went through the bank and was able to find $15,000 and some change and then left with the money.
Were they the only two at the bank that day?
I think
You
so.
know?
It's a very small branch. Yeah. I think they must have been, because it doesn't even mention anybody, and it must have been empty because
Yeah.
I think he would have shot everybody. I honestly
Yeah.
do. So anyway, the footage from the bank shows him driving away in one of the victim's cars.
Katie's car, I would have met. It was Donna's.
Well,
took Donna's
he
key.
both of them. He took keys to
all the
both.
keys.
One had a Honda, one had a Chrysler. He left with both sets of key fobs, but he took the Chrysler.
Okay.
So it was I think a white Chrysler. So anyway, it shows him driving off. And then eventually they find out that he's made his way to Greenville, South Carolina, to another motel. Now I'm just going to put this out there. And Brandon, if you're listening, maybe this advice would have helped you back then. Maybe if you didn't live in hotels, you wouldn't be so desperate for money. Just saying, not exactly a good steward of your money. If you're just like hopping in and out of hotels, like that's expensive, right? Don't you think? I think so. I think he would have needed less money had he had a place that he could have secured as a permanent residence.
What? Okay. But it takes a deposit to get into a residence. A hotel, you can just go rent for the night. And back then it was probably $45. He probably was not staying at Hilton Garden.
Okay, I understand. He
Yeah.
was not. I know where he was staying, but I'm not going to call them out. I've actually stayed at that hotel before, and it's not a bad hotel, and so I don't want to call them out. But I will say that
Plus, he had only
stayed
been
there.
out for 11 days, right?
Listen to me, Linda. Listen. What I'm saying is he arrived in Conway on the 15th. He lived in that hotel the 15th, the 16th, the 17th.
Well, he had robbed a bank. He had plenty of money.
I don't think he got very much in Wilson. They didn't say how much he got from the BB&T, but I don't feel like he got a lot. And that's why he was desperate. He had already gone through that money.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't looking for a savings account.
He wasn't.
He was out 11 days.
Listen to me. I don't care
I
if he was
agree.
out one day
I could-
or 3
I couldn't
hours.
agree more.
Don't care.
I don't know that you can establish residency that quick, but you would have thought coming out of prison, he would have gone to a halfway house.
Usually that's how it happens. I don't know. But what I'm saying is,
Perhaps that would be a good idea for anybody who gets paroled.
I
You
think,
gotta have a step.
especially
out
somebody
program.
who is tagged as a habitual felon. Like, come on.
A step out program. You can step out.
You can
and
step out, but you got to step back
We'll
in.
see how you do in this house. And if you rob a
Exactly.
bank while you're at this house,
Then you got to go back. We made a mistake.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's not how it worked for Brandon. So Brandon is hotel hopping right now
Mhm.
and shooting up people.
He's bad.
Yeah. So anyway, he's in Greenville. He left Conway. He's in Greenville at another hotel,
Mhm.
a motel, whatever it's called. So, but the police receive a tip that he's there. So they go to Greenville. The FBI is involved because it's a bank robbery and it's 2 murders. So it's a federal case.
Right.
And the FBI tracks him to Greenville and they go to get him at Greenville. There was a quick police chase, but they apprehended him.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, they were able to get him. And when they got him, he had on him Katie and Donna's key fobs, both of them, and he had their credit cards.
Oh, yeah, going to be hard to deny that one.
So he immediately confessed.
Oh, well, there you go. I
I
did
mean,
it.
what's he gonna do?
Right.
It's like, I did it.
I did it.
Yeah. So he said, I did it. I robbed the Crestcom. I murdered those 2 ladies.
Okay.
And I don't deserve to live. That's what he said. I don't deserve to live. It's in his confession.
Great.
He said it. I don't deserve to live. So he's charged on the federal level, of course, for armed bank robbery with a deadly weapon resulting in death, and loads of firearm charges, of course, because it wasn't his gun. It was borrowed. So he goes to trial like 2 years later. And what he's on trial for, because he confessed, the trial is all about his sentencing.
Right. Yeah.
Because they pushed for the death penalty.
Right.
The prosecutor pushed for the death penalty, rightfully so. And it took the jury 5 hours to deliberate, and they came back and they agreed he did not deserve to live.
Well, I mean, it sounds like everybody's in agreement.
Sounds like we're all on the same page.
He says he doesn't deserve it. I'm sure the families of the victims don't believe he deserves to die, don't believe he deserves to live.
Exactly.
And the jury doesn't think he deserves to live.
And they're just agreeing with him.
Like, yeah, we
agree with you.
concur.
You must be a smart guy, because we agree.
We're right there.
So they sentenced him to the death penalty.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm assuming he didn't appeal because he wanted to die.
Well, he was transferred to Terre Haute prison outside of Indianapolis, which is federal death row.
Right.
Federal death row. That's where he went. So, but wait, there's more.
I can imagine.
Somehow, inmate number 63961-056 got himself onto the list of some commuted sentences from an outgoing president of recent. And has had his sentence reduced from the death penalty to life with no parole. So he doesn't have to die for the crime that he committed. Federal capital murder, capital bank robbery.
So now
cold-blooded murder.
No death penalty for him. He just gets to live his remaining days in federal prison.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, God.
Not even 10 days after he got that news, this big political move,
right,
of whatever. And I'm not politicizing this. I'm saying it was based on politics, but a lot of people got their sentences commuted or changed. I don't know if it's commuted. I don't know if that's the right word, but anyway, whatever. So within 10 days of that decision, he has filed for compassionate release. And they based that on the fact that he was held on death row for all these years. And that's pretty much solitary confinement. So it psychologically tortured him. And now he wants compassionate release. This is where it's hard not to be political.
What?
Yeah. So his hearing is pending.
Oh my God, that family must be tortured.
Donna and Katie's families had no idea he was even up for this.
Oh my God.
They didn't know until it was announced that he landed on the list. Nobody reached out to them to say, how do you feel about this? Give us your side of the story.
Oh my God.
Nothing. It's just barbaric to me that you wouldn't even consider these families of these victims. Read the case. I agree. Maybe there are some people on death row that don't belong there. I'm okay with that. This is not one of those cases. And now he could get out on compassionate release. Where was his compassion when he shot Katie as she was hiding under her desk and left her 2 boys without a mother for the rest of their lives? Where was the compassion then?
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
It is absolutely heart-wrenching. It gives me chills all over my body, and not in a good way. And I'm just telling you, it's horrible. It's horrible. So the whole entire community of Horry County is in shock and dismay because they're not a violent community. And this left an indelible mark on their community. It was just so out of the norm for them. And it was terrifying for them. I mean, for a little while, there was a bank robbery. There was a double murder in this bank robbery, and this guy is on the loose.
Right.
So yeah. And then on top of that, and by the way, my daughter was at Coastal Carolina in Horry County in Conway, South Carolina, when this whole thing went down.
Wow.
How terrifying that she could have just been in Crestcon Bank or driven up in the parking lot at the wrong time, and she could have been shot.
She could have been.
I mean,
crazy.
Yeah. And so now this compassionate release thing, it makes me choke on my own vomit.
Yeah.
So I did read an interview with Derek Shoemake, not Shoemaker.
Okay.
It's Shoemake. I looked it up. It's just the one make. So he said that he was the prosecutor on this case. Yeah, he was the prosecutor on this case, and at the time worked for the U.S. District Attorney's Office of South Carolina.
Okay.
And he was not the head DA, but he was in that office. And he said back then he worked this case, and it was the getting justice for these two women was the biggest honor of his legal career.
Oh my gosh.
He just felt like when they got the death penalty, he said good is going to overcome evil.
Right.
You just have to wait for it.
And the attorneys work with the families, and they find out, what are you comfortable with? What is it that you're
and they were fine with the death penalty.
Families are right there involved with definitely.
Yeah, a lot of times, because a lot of times families say, no, we don't want the death penalty. There's been enough violence or enough death, or we don't believe in that, or it's against our religion.
Preference to have a family work with the district attorney's office, and they all agree this is the best scenario for our family, for justice for our loved ones, and then to not even be contacted and told that this was a possibility. They didn't have a chance to go in and say, to plead their side of it.
It literally pulled the rug out from under them. They didn't even know he was on the list to be considered. And I can't find out who originated this list.
Right.
Where did this list come from? I mean, there's no way that a president in office knows every one of these cases by heart. There's no way. So somebody had his ear. Who
vetted the case files?
That's my thing.
Like,
who decided we're going to put these forward?
That
I don't know. And if anybody out there knows, if you know how this works, if you could email us and just explain it to us, because it is absolutely bizarre. And I don't understand how President, whoever, I don't care who it is, how that person in the White House who doesn't have any ties to South Carolina knows about this case.
Right.
And knows about it enough to feel like that this guy needs to have his death sentence flipped.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know a lot about the politics behind it.
I don't
was he
either.
Not a believer in the death penalty? Was he?
No, he's opposed to the death penalty.
He's opposed.
I know that.
I know a lot of,
and I know a lot of this was
the
about
governors. The governors of states say, like, I know in California, the death penalty's been, yes, the death penalty, and then a governor comes in, it's no, the death penalty, and yes, the death penalty.
But this was a federal case, not a state case, and that's why.
I just don't.
If this had been tried on the state level, and my question is, what's the statute of limitations? Can we still try it? It was 2017.
Right.
Can we still try it on the state level and give him the state death penalty?
I think it's double jeopardy. I don't think you can.
Can somebody just tell us? Because I don't know.
Either way, it's horrific.
It's just awful. So anyway,
I feel like the families of the victims should have some say.
Nothing. They didn't even know. They didn't even get the courtesy of a heads up phone call.
Right.
They got nothing.
They just probably heard it on the news.
They heard it when we heard it.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's upsetting. So that's very devastating. This community absolutely has been, I mean, even the U.S. District Attorney, the prosecutor that tried this case, said that this decision, what did he say? He said this turn of events is damaging to many people in the community.
Right.
Not just
it's
their families. It is the ripple effect. It goes out forever. And you've got two little boys.
Generations, yeah.
Yeah, that are affected by this because their mother was killed. You've got grandchildren whose grandmother was taken out. She's a bank teller.
Right.
She's a bank teller. She's
in her 50s. He had a better shot at getting away with robbing the bank if he had not murdered those two women. Yes. They probably would have given him more than 15,000.
Literally helpless women. They're there by themselves. One of them is hiding. She's shaking. She's terrified. She's hiding, just hoping he takes what he wants and goes.
Right.
And then he seeks her out, sees her hiding, and decides to kill her anyway.
Yeah,
And this deserves compassion.
I don't understand.
I will never understand it. And I'm sure somebody out there is probably disagreeing with me and coming out of their seat right now.
But it's okay.
Don't drive off the road. We can all disagree and still love each other. But this one was really hard to read. And it just, it makes my blood boil.
Yeah.
It just makes it boil.
And I can understand.
I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm boiling.
She bowling. She bowling. Not
Yeah.
like a peanut either. She bowling in a bad way.
I'm telling you, it's got me all like discombobulated and tied up and twisted like a pretzel.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna drink some more whiskey.
So can you only do that when you're outgoing? Because it seems like that's when it happens for outgoing, or do they decide to wait until they're
it's outgoing.
ready to leave to do it so they don't catch all the
Yeah,
feedback from it?
yeah.
So could he have done it at any point in his term?
He could have.
But he waited until he was leaving office.
And then there was 37 people on that list who were on the death
Right.
who were on death row that got their sentences converted. I've not read any of the other cases. I found this one, and it was South Carolina. So of course I was interested. He originated in Wilson, which is a place I lived for a while. He murdered these two women in Conway, which is where my daughter went to school. So I got really wrapped up in this.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I just felt so bad for the victims and their families. I mean, I just feel horrible for them. And I just think, God, if that was me, I don't know. I would be so hurt and feel so unseen.
I'd at least want to have a conversation with the man to say, tell me what your thought process is here. That's me. That's how I process things. I would
give me the courtesy of you explaining to me why you did this.
You made this decision.
Exactly.
Because maybe you're going to say something that I didn't see.
Of course.
Maybe there was something in the file that I didn't see, and you need.
And I know there were a lot of aggravating circumstances. There were 100 aggravating and mitigating circumstances that the jury had to consider when they were deciding if they were going to give him the death penalty or not. And some of it was how he was raised. He had a really tough childhood, and this, that, and the other. So I don't know if it's because somebody did some deep diving and said, oh, this poor guy, he was psychologically damaged from his childhood, and maybe this was an overreach. I don't know, but
I know it's a rough one.
It just tears me up.
Yeah,
it tears me up.
Terrible.
When you're a victim's advocate, when we try to give voices to the victims, I feel like those voices were just
silenced. They were snuffed.
More than silenced. They were snuffed and ignored.
Right.
And that's so hurtful. So, I mean, I act like it's my own family member, but it feels that way.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we do get very involved in our cases. We do a lot of research on it. And, for weeks, we're looking into information and files and we're reading things. And so, it's hard not to get wrapped up in how a family must feel. When they no longer have a voice.
They don't.
In the justice of their loved one. So
I read an interview with Donna's daughter, Katie, at the time. She was the youngest. And she was just devastated by this decision. And then you're living it all over again.
Right.
You're living that loss. You're living the trial. You're living all of it all over again. And this time it doesn't even have the outcome that you thought that you had.
Right. Yeah.
It's just awful.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's really depressing.
I know.
But you can find me on find us. Sorry, it's the whiskey talking. You can find us on social media.
You can. You can do that. We've got Instagram. I think we're TikTokers. Are we?
I'm not TikTok.
We're not TikToking.
I'm sorry. I just can't do it all. I'm not on Threads anymore. We're X, Instagram, and Facebook. Those are the only three. All of our friends are going to Blue Sky. I try to do Threads. I can only handle 3.
Yeah.
So
more than enough.
I just can't handle more than that. I can't.
I think 3 is fine.
Okay, good. I'm glad you said that because
I don't even know what Blue Sky is.
It's a new platform because people don't like the direction that X is going in.
Okay.
And so people have gone to this other platform that says it's non-political. Blue Sky. I mean, I just feel like every platform starts out non-political and then it goes political because politics are they're in the forefront of our news every day. I mean, it's what we all talk about as adults. So I feel like it's only a matter of time. I mean, I went to Threads. Threads never got political as far as I could figure out. But my thing is, I don't think I reached anybody extra. If you were following us on Threads, you saw my stuff, but I don't think it showed up anywhere else.
Oh,
So I mean, no,
gotcha.
I'm not gaining anything by being there.
Right.
So, and we are on Good Pods, and Good Pods is like a cross between an app with a little bit of a social aspect to it.
Yeah.
So that's helpful. And our stuff goes to Good Pods automatically. I'm just not on there all the time.
Right.
But we're constantly on there. Number 7 or number 8 in indie true crime podcasts on there. I mean, it's a great app and I love it. So listen to us on Good Pods if you can. But I'd rather you watch us on YouTube.
I mean, you can listen, but why listen when you can watch?
Exactly.
Watch the train happen.
Look at us.
Live.
I mean, it's recently been confirmed by a family member that we only have faces for radio.
I don't know that the family member who said that has the best judgment of what is faces for radio and faces.
Do you find us acceptable or not, guys? Just tell us. If we're not acceptable, then we'll put beekeeper hats on.
No, if we're not acceptable, turn off the video.
Don't turn it off.
Turn it off.
Please play it for at least 15 minutes so it counts as a view. Turn us off.
If you don't
just
enjoy
turn it off and don't watch. Shield your eyes. Put your eye mask on.
Whatever. Stop. That's silly.
Don't be a silly Sally.
That's a silly Sally right there.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Well, let me just tell you, I had a slip and fall in the grocery store.
Oh my
A slip
God.
and fall.
Sugar.
It was the worst, most embarrassing thing ever.
I'm sorry I wasn't there. I'm sorry I wasn't there.
It was the whole thing.
I would have slipped and falled on top of you because I would have been laughing so hard.
Goodness, I had gotten
Who helped you up?
the produce guy.
No.
And he had on like rubber gloves, wet, and they were wet because he'd been putting away broccoli.
Did they have latex in them?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't get up off the floor by myself. I landed, it was very graceful. I would like to see the video because I feel like it was very graceful. I could have like had both feet go up in the air and come down. Thank goodness I was wearing pants.
Oh,
I had gone to lunch with Mama to celebrate my birthday, and I had on some slacks and a sweater. So that was good.
I didn't realize that was the day that you celebrated your birthday with Mama.
Yes.
Lord have mercy. The story just gets worse and worse.
Oh my goodness. I was just trying to get all my errands run because I was on that side of town, and my little trout, he has to eat the special food now for his renal function, and
Aww.
he can't seem to get enough of it. So the vet said puts a little sweet potato in it, and maybe that'll fill him up some. So I tried to I've been doing that, but I run out of sweet potato really fast. I needed to go by the store real quick are you paying attention?
Yes, I am. I'm just trying to find something while you're doing that. It's fine. Keep going.
Okay.
I'm paying total attention.
Oh yeah.
I can hear you.
I understand.
Oh, God.
Just not fully engaged.
I am engaged. I'm trying to find a promo so we can play it before we close.
Oh.
That's all.
Anyway, I was in to get Trout some sweet potatoes. I had the sweet potatoes in my hand, car keys in my hand, my phone in my hand, and I was headed to the checkout. And some bananas. I had picked up some bananas for myself. And I am just breezing along, thinking this is the last stop. Mama's in the car waiting for me. I'm going to get her back, and then my day is done. And I don't know. I must have stepped on a grape, or there was a grape already smushed on the floor. And when my shoe hit it, my foot went flying, and I came down on the floor on my knee. On my knee. So I didn't even like fall on my butt. That's how graceful I was. But I landed dead center on my kneecap and the top of my foot.
It's like you were doing a half split.
Only my legs. Yeah. I was squatted. I don't know.
Squatting is not good.
I know. Well,
it would have been a lot.
I couldn't get up. The guy was like,
oh no,
because his little part was right here and he was doing his thing. And I was like down next to where the grapes are. And I can hear this lady behind me. And I don't know if you're listening to us, but if you are, you need to get yourself together.
Who?
Because she said, is she getting up? I need raspberries. Well, go around to get your raspberries.
That's ridiculous.
Like I am on the floor.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Falling, and I literally
Cannot get up. You and your damn raspberries, lady.
The man's like, I think she's thinking about getting up, but I don't think she's ready yet. He said, can I help you? And I said, I need a minute because I thought I was going to vomit. It hurts so bad.
That would have been.
And I just kept saying, I need a minute. And then he was like, oh, I need to get a manager. He was like, just stay there. I'm going to get a manager. Like I could have gotten up at that point.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just stay here. Thanks.
He goes and gets the manager. And the manager comes over and he's like, are you all right? And I'm in my mind. I'm like, do I look all right?
Man down. And down. And down. We have an and down in the section.
Great.
Clean up produce.
Oh my gosh. So
All hands.
Produce guy who'd been putting away the broccoli.
Aww.
And as I'm sitting there, by the way, a broccoli crown falls on the floor, and I'm thinking, well, there you go. There you go.
Another
Grocery
one.
store.
Grocery store. You got to have bigger lips. You need the lips that are higher up.
So he still had on his wet broccoli
gloves.
He had his broccoli gloves on.
You touched with the broccoli gloves. And that was just a bad day gone worse.
Service counter. I made it as far as floral. I could not make it all the way to
floral. It's not very far.
Oh, I couldn't do it. I had to just stand. And then one lady was like, do you want to come sit on the bench? I'm like, lady, I can't make it to the bench. What am I going to do? Oh, Lord have mercy. And all I could think was my poor mama sitting out in the car waiting for me.
Oh, mama.
I can't like to be taken away by ambulance.
And it's not like you can call her.
I can't call her because then she would have tried to get out and come in. And
she would have come to try to help you. And Lord have mercy, she'd have fallen on the broccoli floor.
Oh my good Lord. It just would have been a thing.
It would have been like a domino effect.
So I filled out my little piece of paper and I gimping on out to the parking lot. Mama was like, oh my God, what happened to you?
Oh,
got, broccoli floret. That's so much better.
Mom, I'm a stir fry.
And I'm limping because I can't walk. I've got dirt all over the knee of my black slacks.
Oh my God.
My knee is bleeding.
Oh, I'm sorry I messed up.
I get in the car and it's my driving leg, y'all.
No.
It's my driving leg.
Did you say, Mama, put your foot over here?
Like, Mama can't drive. Mama can't drive. I got to just push my way through it.
She would have tried.
She would have.
She would have been like, I'll do it. I'll do it, Annie.
We had just had a conversation with the eye doctor about how good it was she didn't drive.
Oh, really? She don't have good eyesight?
It's not good enough for driving.
Oh, not good enough for driving, honey.
Got some of that macular degeneration stuff going on.
We better get on our vitamins.
It's our little supplement.
Yeah.
So, I drove her. I had to call Grandy and say, Grandy, you're going to have to come outside and meet me because I cannot walk Mama back to her room.
No, and you can't just turn her loose.
Giddy up and come on outside and meet me to take Mama back to her room. It was a hot mess. That was my birthday week, y'all.
Damn it.
My 2025 is not going well.
2025, I'm pretty much sure.
Pretty much sure.
Is that the way you say that?
No.
How do you say that?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure that it has bleeped the bed.
Yeah. Yes. And on top of everything last week, my birthday week, this past week, I'm a federal employee. It's time for federal employees to go back to work. And we got the big fork in the road email.
Whoop.
That said,
where are you going?
You're at a fork in the road.
What does the rest of your life look like?
That's right. You can either resign, retire, or get your butt into the office 5 days a week. I said, I'll see you next week, y'all.
I'm drunk. How come you're not? You're not even halfway done. I'm almost done with mine.
I'm not a guzzler.
Well, I am.
I'm a sipper.
Bottoms up.
So that was me at the grocery store this week. It was a hot mess.
Oh, because your frou dog needed sweet taters.
Sweet potatoes.
You need to get like a bag of them.
I do need to get a bag of them, but then I just think about maybe they'll go bad. I don't want them to go bad
Well, you need to say,
or grow
you need to
eyes
ask
on them.
your Google people, like, how do you,
Goo. Hey, goo.
hey, Google, how do I keep my sweet potatoes? Trying to figure it out. So here are two podcasts that we would like for you to check out. Play their promo.
You didn't even tell me about
One is called Casting Views.
Oh, I love
We
that.
love
one.
him.
Across the pond.
Ah, that he is our brother from another mother.
Oh, listen, I need to have a very lengthy conversation with our man Dan about the ambulance service in the UK.
Don't call attention to it. You're going to stress him out. I have
Oh
no idea.
my God, he needs to be aware.
No,
I've been
no.
watching the docu-series called Ambulance. Oh, Atlanta. Oh, the things
It's
that are
very,
happening.
very disturbing.
Oh my goodness.
I can't watch that show.
And in my head, I
Mhm.
totally have a British accent.
Mhm.
It doesn't come out when I speak. But
No,
in
that's
my
my
head,
inner voice. I totally have like a British
it's
accent
very
in my.
confusing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's called identity crisis.
Yes.
It's
Am I
fine.
British or no? British, no.
Oh gosh, you made me tear up.
What else? Casting views.
Oh, and there's one called Bleep with the F word, My Work Life.
Oh, that's the cup we're drinking out
Is that
of,
the ones we're drinking out
Yeah.
of today? Wait,
right?
where it is.
On your phone there.
We
Yeah.
drink them as we work.
Yeah.
Guys, they have a great podcast. I love them.
Yes.
What are their names? Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
and
Jay.
Jay.
We love you guys.
Whoever.
I don't know. Just listen to them, guys.
Listen.
Two podcasts you need to find. And it's Casting Views
Yes.
with Dan the Man.
Done the man.
And then guys, we're fine. Everything is
It's good. It's
I
good.
feel like we should just go. I feel like it's time for us to just go.
It's over. We
Guys, peace out. We love you.
Goodbye.
Oh. Holy freaking I don't even know where the end button is. I don't know how to get out of here. We're captives. Goodbye.
Still recording.
This has been Sugar Coated Murder Podcast, a deliciously entertaining true crime podcast. Like what you heard? You can always explore past episodes by visiting sugarcoatedpod.com. Don't forget to like our Facebook fan page and share with friends. Thanks for listening to Sugar Coated Murder Podcast.